Here go Coco. Here go Coco. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Here go Coco. And that's for sure, though. I hope y'all change the
Hello, everyone.
we gon' get it up.
I'm not paying attention today. How's everybody doing? And welcome to the Lady Coco Show. It's Tuesday evening. Thank you guys for tuning in.
So we can have a good time. We go Coco. We go Coco. And that's for sure. Listen. Do it just like it. It's time to party
Hey,
on.
Darlene.
It's time to party on. We go Coco. We go Coco.
Hey, everybody.
Often imitated.
Good evening, Clifton Earl.
We go Coco. And that's the show.
Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing on this Tuesday night? Welcome to the Lady Coco Show. I was a little thrown there in the beginning. I was live and didn't even look up. So I apologize for that to you all. Hopefully everyone has had a wonderful day today. The original show we had for tonight has been postponed. One of the guys had to work a little late tonight, so we're going to go on with the show with myself. My co-host was on the road also. I was on the road as well today, and I got back in a little bit late myself, so we're just going to talk about it for a little bit. Michael Matthews, how are you doing? How's everybody doing that's chiming in? Where are you guys chiming in from? Are you on my YouTube channel or Facebook? Let me know. I see your names, but I'm not for sure where you're chiming in from. So let me know, please. So that way I can shout you out from the YouTube channel or the Facebook channel. So let me know where you guys are chimed in from. Okay? Let's do it like that. And I'm going to try to share this if I can. Get a few more people in here and we'll talk about it. So let me know once again where you guys are chiming in from. Betty Lamar's, good evening. Betty, are you on Boss Lady Coco page? I'm trying to see where okay, Darlene says she is on Facebook. Clifton is in North Carolina. Maggie is in here from Tennessee. Okay. H-Town for sure is Betty Lamar's. Michael Matthews, where are you tuned in from? Let's see what you're going to say. Okay, Betty is saying Facebook. All right, so we may have a few people on the YouTube channel. I'm not for sure, but if you are tuned in from YouTube, just let me know. And can you guys hear me clearly out there? Let's make sure that you all can hear me clearly. The ones that are on Facebook, and let's see what you say. I know I'm sitting in the way of my sign back there, but it's okay. I'm just y'all can see it. Y'all are the ones that follows me. You already know what it says. It says 75 South. Okay, so listen. Once again, the show that was planned for tonight was with DJ Rock, and he had to work late, so we apologize for him not being on tonight. But most definitely, when his schedule permits him, he will be on the show. Let's talk about a little bit of health issues. That's what I wanted to bring to you all's attention tonight, if I possibly can. I'm on my YouTube channel, so this will go out a little bit further than just Facebook. So for the ones that comes in and decide to listen, I appreciate it. And the ones that don't, maybe you'll catch it later. And I hope it'll be some good advice for you. That's right, Maggie. Thank you so much. Share 1 time for yourself, 2 times for Lady Coco, and 3 times for that ride on 75 South. Yeah, I'll see it. I need to move my chair over. But anyways, that's a show. And then this show also, what are we talking about next? You never know what we're going to talk about, right? And so that's why I labeled it that way, the Lady Coco Show. What are we talking about next? And then also, this is the show where everybody is somebody. There's no little I's, no big U's, but everybody is somebody. Okay. And so I just want to jump right into it for a little bit, if I can, for those of you all that are here. Please share at least once if you possibly can. And thank you, Maggie, for that little advertisement there. 1 time for yourself, 2 times for Lady Coco, 3 times for the ride on 75. I wanted to specify some things and especially talk about some illnesses tonight that we possibly may have or have gone through or are going through right now. Oftentimes, people don't talk about the things that they're going through. They don't, especially if it's an illness. Sometimes people become very embarrassed to being ill. The word ill versus sick, it means the same. And so you don't want everybody to know a lot of times, the illnesses that you have. Hey, Mikey. And so we just want to kind of like put it out there. If you have questions, you can ask questions, especially when it comes to that C word. A lot of us don't like to deal with the C word. We know what it is, but it is a disease that you have in your body. And there are so many different names of that C word that a lot of us get. Sometimes it could be hereditary. Other times it could be not taking care of ourselves properly the way that we should. And sometimes, it just happens. And so, when these things happen to us, we need to make sure that we do have people that we can talk to. It's rare that people don't want to talk about their illnesses and the things that they go through. Once again, because possibly maybe cannot talk to anybody or possibly maybe ashamed to talk about what you're going through. But you know what? It's best to be open about it. That way, you can get some help because somebody else has gone through, I'm pretty sure, something similar, or somebody in their family has gone through an illness or illnesses that you have encountered, or, just on the strength of you having it and being able to talk. If you can't just talk to a regular everyday person, possibly join some groups and things of that nature, and somebody in that group is going to be able to understand and have gone through it or are going through it at the same time that you're going through it. Good evening, Teresa Robinson. Baltimore is here. Hey. So we're just going to talk about it for just a few moments. I can also elaborate, on myself. June of 2025, I was diagnosed with cancer. And I don't like to say that word, but hey, it's life. And I walked around for a very long time before I even got the treatments that I needed, because the process is very long. And so this is why it's very imperative that we do talk about what goes on in our life and the fear that you walk around with. Sometimes you're not around the right people that understand. Sometimes they just don't understand. And the reason they don't understand a lot of times is because they don't want to understand, and it's not them. It's not them. It's you that's going through it. And so possibly, maybe, they see you. Yeah, they see you. They possibly, maybe they heard something you said, but really not attentive to your situation. So they walk past you as though nothing is really wrong with you. All sicknesses, I must say, is not unto death. It's some sicknesses we get, we're cured from it. It could be under doctor's strength of, taking us through the process of what we need to go through, or possibly natural healing, sometimes home remedies and things of that nature. It's so much, that we do when we become ill. Like, let's say if you get a headache, okay, you're going to take a aspirin or something. I don't know, a Tylenol or Advil or Aleve for a headache. Hello, Rosalind. How are you? Shreveport is in the house. You're going to talk about, you're going to take something for that headache. And then let's say that headache just continue to grow and keep going. And you have, it becomes to the point where it's so strenuous, it's a migraine headache. So I believe with the migraine headaches, they tell us to take Tylenol, right? And so I had a family member that dealt with migraine headaches. And we're going back to the C word too, because it's real out here today, where a lot of people are walking around sick. Okay, so I just use that headache situation because if you do get a headache, eventually you're going to take something, because a headache is not, it just doesn't feel good. Either you're going to want to go lay down and take a nap, or you're going to do something to suppress the pain. So we're going back to myself. Last year, June 2025, when I was diagnosed with the disease. And I had to walk around from June, July, and August before I could actually start treatment. And so that's almost 3 months. Almost 3 months. Beloved, how you doing, Chicago? Almost 3 months before I could actually get treated. And so in the meantime, in between time, the patients have to walk around with this disease and this illness is in their body. And so it doesn't stop moving. It doesn't stop growing. It's a continuation of growth in the body. To me, I believe that is too long. If you've been diagnosed as myself in June and not treated until September, that's a very long time. That's a very long time. And I've heard a lot of people say, going through the disease, whether it's what I had or what someone else has, is cancer. Cancer is cancer, and it can kill you. It can. If it starts spreading throughout your body, it can take you out of here. And sometimes, we don't go until the last minute if we have a stomach ache, or if we have a neck pain, or if we have a back pain, just some sort of pain that's really not used to being in certain areas in your body. And you walk around not going to the doctors, not letting anybody know that you are in this pain. And you don't really know what it is. You really don't know what it is. The kidney cancer, it can take you out of here too. When you have kidney cancer, you go into the doctor. That happened in my family also. And they're telling her that she need to lose weight. 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 She's too heavy. Okay. It wasn't that she was too heavy. It wasn't that she was too heavy. She had kidney stones, and she ended up passing away. She had a baby. Okay. And she passed away at a very early age in her 30s. The baby was about 3 months old, I believe. And now she's gone and the baby is here. And so going to the doctors and they're not diagnosing you right, it is very, very imperative to get a second opinion. It is very imperative to get a second opinion, because that first doctor may tell you, just like my doctor, oh, you have fibroids and we're treating you for the fibroids. And then I end up having an embolization. So embolization is something that only women can get, right? Only women can get embolizations. And the embolization is supposed to stop you from bleeding. It stops the bleeding altogether, supposedly. Okay, so now here we go from May until June, when I go to the ER again and I'm being tested. And in the midst of being tested from an ultrasound to a CAT scan, there's a young lady in there in the ER, and she comes back maybe a couple of hours later. Now, mind you, I just said I went to the doctors for fibroids. Okay, that's what I was diagnosed with, was the fibroids. And so months later, I'm still in pain, and I go back. And when I go back, I'm tested again. All right. So now there's the biopsy and things of that nature. I'm jumping around because I don't want to make it too long. Christy Scott, how you doing, sis? Louisiana. It was just a mess. It really was. So I was misdiagnosed from April, May, all the way up to June. And so I get my biopsy results back in June. It comes back. Mind you, before I take the biopsy and speak with this doctor, he tells me, I don't know why they told you you have this, or I don't know why they even said that to you. They shouldn't have said that to you. Well, they did say it to me. And so when this lady comes back to me, and then I'm going back to that, she got a second opinion from another doctor. And he said, well, does she know that she have all of this going on? So she comes back to me and asks me that question. I said, no, I came in here because I had pain. And so now I'm being tested, and you're telling me what? That's when they said that I had the C word, this nasty disease. Okay. But before that same hospital, I'm there and going through the different tests and saying that you only have fibroids. And he is that same doctor that gave me the biopsy. So I had to go back to him 2 weeks later after he did the biopsy, only for him to tell me, you have cancer cells. I said, do I have cancer cells or do I have cancer, sir? Which one is it? And so he said, yes, you do. And you need to go have a PET scan so you can find out, how far along you are. That's very expensive. So we can't do anything for you due to the insurance situation and things of that nature. So if you do not have insurance, and you have any type of illnesses that's very strenuous, like cancer, that's one of the main things that are killing us today. If you do not have it, they are not going to treat you. You basically just left to die. Understand this very clearly. If you do not have insurance, you need to get some sort of insurance. Even if you have to pay out of pocket, you need insurance in order to be treated. I had to have insurance in order to be treated for the cancer. If I didn't have it, guess what? I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. I wouldn't be sitting here today because they were not going to see me without the proper insurance to be treated. And so the PET scan costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to get the PET scan. Now you got to go through the ultrasounds. You got to go through the CAT scans. You got to go through the PET scans. There are so many tests that you go through before you are actually treated. Once they have told you you have this nasty disease, you still have to walk around with it in your body and not being treated. Okay. So September of 2025 was my first chemo treatment. My very first chemo treatment. September 4th was my very first radiation treatment. Now, mind you, your chemo treatments are a lot shorter than your radiation treatments. Okay, so I had to do 5 chemo treatments. It's supposed to be 6, but they gave me 5. So I did 5. And then I had 32 treatments of radiation, which is a lot. And so let me tell you guys something. When you go through these treatments for this disease, I don't care if it's breast cancer, cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, prostate cancer. I don't care what kind of cancer it is. Once they have given you all of these different treatments that you're supposed to take, and you ring that bell, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are completely cancer-free, as they say. You have to go to the doctors every 3 months. You are tested every 3 months. You also have to take a PET scan every 3 months after this is over. And I'm going to tell you something, when you take that PET scan, if you've ever had cancer and you've gone through this before, or you know somebody that has gone through it, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, auntie, uncle, it doesn't matter who it is. If you have gone through it, it's almost like it's never ending. It's never ending because they're continuously taking you back and forth with these tests. And you get tested. If they see any little thing, you have to go back in there. And then there's another biopsy because they saw a spot, or they saw this, they saw that, and nothing is supposed to be there. So you're being tested again. I hope you guys shared this live. If you shared this live, please let me know that you shared, because somebody out there is dealing with some sort of cancer right now, or some sort of disease, or diabetic, or something. They're dealing with something. And so your main thing, there's my co-host. He wasn't able to make it tonight, you all, Teddy Diamonds. He's a Southern Soul artist out there doing his thing. So big congratulations to him. He's on the live also. So somebody is possibly going through some sort of cancerous disease now, or something else. So share the live so they can hear what's being said and what's being talked about. Thank you for sharing, Teddy. Thank you, Darlene. And thank you, Roslyn, for sharing. As you share, let me know, please, so I can give you a shout out. Okay, you're in the house tonight. So most definitely, if you have gone through it, you know what I'm talking about. Your body is really not the same once you encounter it once in your life. You have your good days and you have your bad days. You do. You have your good days. You have your bad days. Some days you just completely drained. You don't want to be bothered. You don't really want to talk, but it's something that you have to find an inner strength, and you have to push yourself through. Nobody can do this for you. When you've gone through this, you have to push yourself through. You have to get yourself in a position where you know mentally, because it's a mental thing, mentally that you're stable, mentally that you're doing okay, mentally, because it might not be you. It could be your husband. It could be your sister. It could be your mother. It could be somebody that's going through it that's in your family. Some immediate family member is going through it or have gone through it. How many of you have lost a loved one to cancer? And I'm pretty sure if we could do a hand show, all of us have lost somebody in our family to cancer. All of us. All of us. All of us. I know I have. And so it's something that we need to talk about. It's something that should be talked about. It's something that you make sure that when it does happen to someone in your family, or when it does happen to you, that you're in the right place and the right frame of mind so you can push through every day. When I tell you your strength, it changes. You're not as strong as you used to be. You can't push through like you used to. You used to be able to just get up and just go. Now you have to think about, do I want to get up and go? And let me tell you something. Support goes a long, long ways. You best to be around somebody that's going to support you when you have gone through this or going through it. You need the right individuals to be around you. You need somebody going to say, hey, I know you're not feeling all right, because I can tell you're not feeling all right. Because normally we say, oh, I'm okay. I'm all right. But the person that's around you every day or around you all the time should be able to see and know you as an individual, to know if you're okay or if you're not. So it pays you to talk to good, positive people. Get around somebody that's going to make you laugh. You make them laugh and you push through by that. Now you see what I'm seeing here. I lost my mom in 2023 and my father in 2022 to cancer. You see this? Darlene said she had cancer. Betty Lamar said her husband. Roslyn said she had it. Teresa said my sister and my two brothers. So Look at this. All of these people have either had cancer or their family member had cancer. Now, you're finding it a lot more in our community, a lot more in our cultural than we've ever seen before. We're seeing it now. We're seeing it. And so it pays you to take care of yourself. A lot of fried foods, that's something that we love. McDonald's, Burger King, we love all that stuff. We love to go out to eat. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's also good to eat some healthy food. It's good to pull some vegetables out and eat some vegetables. It's okay to eat bacon. It's okay to eat fried chicken. It's okay to eat a fried pork chop, but you can't do it every day. It's okay to eat a hamburger. It's okay, but you do it all in moderation, because when you put that red meat in your body, let me tell you all this, red meat doesn't digest right away. It takes 30 days for red meat to digest in your body. 30 days. And if that's you that eat red meat constantly all the time, be mindful that it can flip just like that, because it's not going anywhere. It's sitting in your body and it's tearing you up. It's killing you softly. They tell me by the time you're 30, a lot of different things begin to happen in our bodies. And it's a slow process. It's a very slow process, right? It's a very slow process. And by the time you're 50, whatever has crept up on you in your 30s, now you start going to the doctors. And I don't know about y'all, but I know about me and some family members of mine. Once you start going to the doctor, everything is wrong. This is wrong, that's wrong, this wrong, that's wrong. You never knew you had this, that, or the third. But now they see everything. Now they have you taking medication for all kinds of stuff. You're taking medication for all kinds of stuff that you never knew you had. But just because you had one thing to happen to you, now they see everything wrong with you. Everything is wrong. And you like, I feel fine. I feel fine. I might get a headache here and there, I might get it, because most definitely the older we get, there's a pain somewhere. There's an ache, there's a pain. You wake up in the mornings, your knees might be so stiff and not loose. It takes you longer now to get out of bed than it used to take. You used to be able to just get out the bed and just jump up and go. Now you get up, it's where that pain come from? You didn't have that pain when you went to bed last night, but most definitely when you got up the next morning to get up and even take that first step to the bathroom, there's a pain somewhere. Somebody know what I'm talking about. So to all of my cancer survivors, you have to thank God every single day if you're still here, because somebody didn't make it. Somebody didn't make it. Somebody didn't make it. I heard a woman say last week, when she got to the doctors, she was already at stage 4. She was already at stage 4 when they got to her. And mind you, what I said about 10 minutes ago, that's right, Rosalind, there's a pain somewhere. Your neck, your back, your ear, your arm, your leg, your knees, something. And this woman said, she was already at stage 4. Mind you, she's sitting here in the doctor's office and she's telling her story at the doctor's office where she was already at stage 4. Okay. Once again, Ross, and I'm sure you know about it, Darlene, when they diagnose you, they don't treat you the next day. They don't treat you the next week. You have to wait some weeks before they get you in there. You have to wait. And in the meantime, you think about this mentally. You have to wait. This disease is in your body. You can't tell me you're not afraid, because you are afraid. You don't know if you're going to live or if you're going to die. You just don't know. But they've given you weeks before they actually get you back in there to treat you. So this woman is saying she's at stage 4 when she gets to the doctor. She still had to wait a few more weeks. Y'all hear me? A few more weeks before they started her chemo, before they started her radiation. So she had to walk around not knowing every second, every moment, every minute if she's going to live or if she's going to die, because she's not treated yet, because they told her what stage she was in. I'm a living witness, because when they told me, they said, well, we'll get you back in here. This was in August, sometime in August. We'll get you in here September 4th. I said, September 4th? That's a long time. I was diagnosed in June, and now I'm not being treated until September. That's a long time. That's a long time. So it becomes a mental thing. It becomes a mental thing. And you have to be strong enough. And you better know that man upstairs, God himself, in order to walk around. During my time, I spent a lot of time alone. I did. I spent a lot of time alone. It was me, myself, and I, pretty much. Now, of course, I had a few friends and sisters that I talked to on the phone. But technically, I spent a lot of time alone. A lot of time. Because I wanted to make sure that I was prayed up. And I wanted to make sure if it's my time to go, then I want to be ready to go mentally. Mentally, I wanted to do it that way. If it wasn't my time to go, which I'm still here talking to y'all now, glory be to God. Mentally, I had to make sure my mindset was still good and on point. I had to make sure that could nobody do that for me. And it was a whole lot of black, dark days dealing with the situation. The days was very dark, very black, and very dim. Because remember, I'm telling you, in the midst of this thing, there's a waiting period. You have to wait. And so I say this to you, as you waiting on the doctors down here, you better learn how to trust that doctor upstairs, because see, he's the one put life in your body. Yeah. He is the one can go to the doctors that's down here and give that doctor the anointing to do what they need to do for you. Those doctors that touch you have to be highly anointed to go to school, to learn the right things, the right techniques, give you the right medication if you need medication, the right surgery if you need surgery. They have to have an anointing for that. You can't just do it. You can't just do it. You have to have an anointing for it. And that's the thing too with a lot of people's lives. You might look at this person that way and they seem to be okay. And then you look at another person this way and that person seemed to be all right. And you said you went through what? You was at stage what? And you still here and you still look like you look? Because we serve an awesome God. And some of us, God don't play about. He just don't. And so while you're waiting and in the midst of the storm, you better rest assured that you better know how to call that man's name upstairs. I don't care anything about this war that we're in, how many people that they've taken out. But the warfare that you're in right now is the person. Is that person down here on earth, or is that person is in heaven watching down over his children? They asked the question, whose report will you believe? Most definitely, you must believe in the report of the Lord. Because in a matter of no time, you can be gone just like that in a blink of an eye. Just like that. You got to sit around and wait before you're treated. So what do you do while you wait? You're going to wait and be sad? You gonna wait and say, I give up? You gonna wait and say, I can't take this? Because believe you me, somebody else's situation is worse than yours. I've seen people that had this stuff and it ate them up to shreds. You're talking about going from 250 pounds down to 150 pounds. That's a big drop. So we have a lot of men also that's going through prostate cancer, especially our men. Don't want to go to the doctor. Don't want the doctor to tell them what's going on with them. You know why? Because they're afraid. Most of our men don't go to the doctor. They don't go and have checkups. They don't go and see if anything is wrong. They don't go. I have a friend right now. He said the doctor told him his brother has cancer. And so his brother said that he wasn't going. He was not taking no treatments. He wasn't doing no treatments. He wasn't doing anything. Well, he decided to do so. So now the doctor tell him to come back once they do his test. And guess what? He refused to go back. I said, why didn't you go back? You know why he didn't go back? Because he was afraid. Let's see who am I missing. Mama Carolyn, how are you? Brent, how you doing? Nodina, Chicago, how are you? So we're talking about being strong, taking care of our bodies, knowing what's the next step if you have cancer or have been diagnosed with cancer. If you know somebody that you're taking care of that have it, or you have a diabetic around. Now, you can't tell a diabetic person what to do. And I'm going to tell you why. They love sweets. Any and everything they're not supposed to eat, that's what they want. I've had a lot of patients that was a diabetic, and everything they weren't supposed to eat, that's what they wanted. And you can't tell them, no, they can't have it, because they'll sneak behind your back and do it. So you let them do it. You let them do it. If you have a sugar issue, it's very serious. Take it serious. Don't take it for granted. Don't take it lightly. Take it serious. Go to your doctor. Now, as I stated, cancer is the one that they make you wait the longest. Cancer, most definitely. They make you wait the longest. God is good. My husband found out he had it in 2015 and passed in 2024. He had it in his lungs, plus tumor in his brain that came in 2023. See, so this is what we're talking about. So also, you all, I'm going to be last year I was selling products for the body with Artist Life. So I'm back on board with them. I won't be selling the body garments right now, but I do have a lot of things that I'll be selling for our health purposes. I won't go off into them tonight, but since I'm thinking about it, I have it on my desk. We're going to be selling these products. They're very good natural products for your body, your intestines and things like that. Let me see what else I have back here. So I'm going to come back and we'll talk about all these different things that I have. Here's one. There is a coffee for weight loss that I have. It's a cappuccino actually, and it's really, really good too. So all of these products that I'm going to start sharing with you all. Good evening, Ruthie. I'm going to start sharing with you all probably by tomorrow, Friday. If I don't get to it by the end of this week, it'll be Monday when I start promoting these products. And you can go straight to the website and order these, or you can call me and we'll get to them. Okay. So we're going to be selling these products, and a lot of these products that we have is good for these different diseases that we have. So if you are interested, I'm going to be showing you all a lot more of them. I will not be selling the garments at this time, but the products for health purposes and things of that nature, yes, we're going to do it. Now, I'm drinking this cappuccino tonight. It is really, really good. You get up in the mornings and drink you a cup of this, and it takes some of that stress and worrying away. It will. It's so good. It's so good. You know, everybody don't like coffee. Cappuccino, they do. So yeah, y'all get at me about this stuff. So most definitely, I thank y'all for tuning in tonight. If you watch this channel later, I hope I say something or have said something to help somebody. Go and get your checkups regularly. Make sure you have insurance. Make sure you have insurance. If you, if you, if you, God forbid, hopefully nobody, that I know will, or nobody that would end up with that nasty disease with the C word. Just make sure you have insurance, because if you don't have insurance, they will not treat you. They will leave you for dead. Believe you me. You have to have insurance. You have to have insurance. And so I was blessed to get the insurance that I got just in time to last me for a whole year. For a whole year. And I'm pretty sure, I'm still going back and forth. Oh, yes, ma'am. I love you right back, honey. Miss Maggie. Most definitely. I'm still going back and forth to the doctors. I go this Thursday. I have to have another biopsy. So you all pray for me. They saw a spot, and so we don't know what the spot is. And that's what I was saying. Every 3 months, you have to be checked out. Every 3 months, you have to have a PET scan, and the PET scan is from your head to your knees. So if it's anything in the body, it'll pick it up. And so they did pick up a spot on my first PET scan. So I go in this coming Thursday morning for a biopsy. So we praying and trusting God that there is nothing there. They don't know what it is, but I'm going to trust and believe God that it's nothing there. But it's to God be the glory. Hey, Phyllis, how are you doing, girl? Louisiana. We're hoping and praying that it's nothing there. You have scar tissues after you've had radiation for so long in that body is not the same. So you have scar tissues and all kinds of stuff, nodules. They're saying that you have the lymph nodes. Sometimes they can just pop up, So we all have lymph nodes in our bodies, all of us. But most definitely, once you've had that radiation in your body, you have scar tissues. You do. You have scar tissues, and it doesn't heal overnight. It takes a while. It takes a while. So you all make sure you keep me in your prayers this coming Thursday. Now, I probably won't find out what they saw for another week or two. It takes them a long time when they do what they do. So I won't be having any type of surgery or anything like that, but I will be having a small incision, and that's where they take a piece of your meat in the area where they saw the spot, and they test it and let you know what it is. So we want to hope and pray, and trust the good Lord upstairs that is not cancer that has returned. We're not going to give up. That's the thing. We're going to stay positive and keep talking about it. I think the main thing is to just keep talking about it and staying focused, staying positive, and trusting the good Lord upstairs, right? I always say every day, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. And people will come and try to get you off track. They'll do anything. They'll say anything to get you off track. But we must stay on track. We must stay focused. And you got to know that it's God over everything. See, the enemy's job is to steal, kill, and destroy. So most definitely, okay, let's go get your PET scan. Okay, you haven't had a PET scan now in some months. So we're going to go get a PET scan. And now we're going to find something there so you can go back and do another biopsy. That's how he works. He works just like that because he wants to distract you. I say stay focused. Stay focused. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, peace, and of a sound mind. So all I'm asking for is a good Holy Ghost prayer. If you know how to pray, y'all send those prayers up. And when they do this biopsy on Thursday, that it comes back negative. But once again, whatever it may be, it is to God be the glory. It is to God be the glory. I had a couple of people say, yes, it's cancer. What kind of cancer? We don't know. It's not the same cancer that I had before. It could be something that was left behind. We're not for sure. So when they don't know, we know that God, He knows. And so we have to trust and believe in Him. So if you are under any care, with your doctor, just stay focused with it and stay prayerful. That's what you do. Stay focused with it and stay prayerful and know that God is going to see you through it. And once again, as I stated, if you all missed this, once you go to the doctor, it's like you never stop going. You always going to the doctors for something. What you doing today? Oh, I got a doctor's appointment this afternoon. Oh, what you doing Thursday? Oh, I have to go back to the doctors. What you going to the doctors for this time? Oh, I have to do this and do that. It's always going to the doctors, going to the doctors, going to the doctors for something. So let's stay prayerful. We are in our days now where we must stay prayed up. We must stay prayed. It's time out for a bunch of foolishness because people are leaving here, you all. They are leaving here left and right. They are leaving this world left and right. And it's no such thing as, oh, she was 60, she was 70, he was 50. No, they're leaving here in a young, early age. They're leaving here. A lot of illnesses is upon our young people today. They're going through cancer. They have some sort of sickness as well. Mr. World Famous is in the house, y'all. How you doing? So we want to pray for our children as well. You all might not believe this, but you might see the commercial on television where they're showing these children with cancer. And it just might seem like a myth, but no. We have a cancer center over here in Dallas where there are nothing but babies. Babies. And they have cancer. Some survive and make it, and others don't. Now you imagine you're putting an adult is taking chemo and radiation. That stuff is very strong. It's strong. And then you imagine giving it to small children. Just imagine giving it to your granddaughter, your daughter, 15, 16, 5, 6. They have cancer. So we want to pray for our children also that have this nasty disease. Because that's all it is. It's a disease in the body. Like, how did you get it? Oftentimes we don't know. Is it hereditary? It's possible. At first, I didn't think that cancer could be hereditary, but it is. Your mother had breast cancer. There's a sister had breast cancer. Your auntie had breast cancer. Grandmother had breast cancer. I didn't realize that until I got older, that it was going on in my family. My grandmother, my auntie, my sister, my cousins. So it's hereditary. It is. It is. So know your family traits also. Find out what's going on in the family. If your mother was a diabetic or high blood pressure, whatever it is, find out if they had it. Now, if you're already in your 50s, late 40s, 50s, you already know. But if you're in your 20s and 30s, don't just be out there flopping around, like, hey, this is not going to happen to me, because it very well could happen to you because it's part of your family trait. It's part of it. And don't say, oh, that's what they had. Is they was old. No. Find out what was in there. Find out who had high blood pressure. Find out who was a diabetic. Find out. Because you're not just having a headache every day just to have a headache every day. It's not normal to have a headache every day. Oh, I got a headache. Then you take something and brush it off. Oh, my head is hurting again today. It could be stress. It could be anxiety. My mother had anxiety. She couldn't take nothing. Oh, my head is hurting. And then she ended up passing with an aneurysm because she was going through so much. 16 children. She raised 16 children. 16 children with my father. All these children, it wasn't no step brother, step sister. 16 children by this one woman and this one man. So that's enough to give you a headache every day. That's enough to have anxiety every day. That's enough to have high blood pressure. So get yourself checked out. Now listen, I got to go. That's my time. This is the Lady Coco Show. We're going to talk a little bit more to you all about health issues. Do not take your life for granted. Every day, let it be a pleasant moment that you are above ground. Somebody wish they could get up and put their clothes on like they used to, but they can't. Somebody got to help them put their clothes on. Somebody got to help them get out of the bed. Somebody got to help them sit in the chair. But if you still have the activities of your limbs and you can still do for yourself and you can be a help and a blessing to someone else, do that. Instead of fighting with your family, love on your family. Instead of saying, oh, I don't fool with her no more, I don't deal with her, love on your family. Because that same person in your family that you say, I don't deal with it, don't fool with, God call them home, guess what? It's going to tear you up. So if you need to forgive somebody, forgive them. Let it go. Forgive them and let it go. Thank you so much, Ruthie. So yeah, y'all pray for me as I go in the hospital on Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. Remember me in your prayers. Remember me in your prayers when I go under again. And so I'm going to stay hopeful. And I hope you all stay hopeful for whatever you're going through. I'm going to be praying for you and you also. And so you all do that same thing for me, okay? So that's my time. I got to get out of here. And I'll be coming back with these products so y'all can see if you would like to try them. They're good. They're good. I've been doing this now for a little bit. So y'all make sure. Hello, Coco. How are you doing? I'm doing good. How are you doing, CD? We're about to get out of here. So I hope that you all share this live also. And I appreciate you all chiming in with me tonight. So until the next time, I'm Boss Lady Coco right here outside of Dallas, Texas, 75 South. Y'all know the slogan. Let's ride. Y'all go have a wonderful night and stay blessed, stay positive, and love on somebody. All right. Good night.